Hello and welcome to another episode of the Flubcast. Today we're talking about the Sevens tournament that just took place on the 22nd of July 2023 in preparation for the Commonwealth Games. Well, today we're going to actually discuss and do it a little differently, and we're going to have our top 7 performers of the day and a lot of honorable mentions, and I'll try to focus primarily on the top 7. Now, before we get into the top 7, the Flub's top 7, I want to just discuss how we handle the tournament itself. Don't want to throw anybody under the bus or anything like that, but when you have a tournament with women's and under 19s and open senior division, and then you plan for 2 fields and it gets down to 1 field, it becomes a very, very long day. We were supposed to start at 10 o'clock, started closer to 12, so the guys who came out on time were penalized. It was where 1 game was played and then there were 3-hour breaks in between, but luckily the whole fraternity took it in stride, but it cannot continue. The fields were not marked. The only thing that was organized to perfection really was the referees, so a big up to the referee association. So we got to continue. If you need help with preparation, guys, please let the fraternity know. We'll see what we could do to ensure that doesn't happen again, because we do not want any players to fall off because of just logistical errors like this. So enough bad talking, and of course the winners, congratulations to Defence Force. I think it's the first of many. Their program is just absolutely phenomenal. Their coaches could take a lot of pride. Look how far this program has come in the last few years. It's really, really something special to see. So congratulations, guys. You all are just so aggressive and so comfortable in contact situations, and everybody is just forcing it and pushing and propelling each other to get back and make the tackles, and are so comfortable. So without further ado, here are some of the honorable mentions of today's tournament. First is King for Harvard's. Congratulations, King. You looked great in contact. You were able to stay on your feet, which is something that I absolutely love with Sevens. I think that's one of our biggest flaws with our national team, where we're choosing a bunch of speedsters and everybody who looks great in open space, but we need guys who could stay on their feet and control the contact, and King, you were phenomenal for that today. Second honorable mention was Rory O'Farrell for Caribs. Rory O'Farrell, and I hope I'm pronouncing your first name correctly. You look so comfortable. You are dangerous. When you get the ball in hand, your cutback is awesome. You always get the boys moving forward. Well, you're O'Farrell. What can I say? You're a very good player. The next would be Anderson Joseph. Anderson for Caribs as well. You are an amazing player. You're the complete package. You do so much well, and you always motivate the guys, and a never give up attitude. Unfortunately, the semi-final between Northerns and Caribs, they all were down by 4 tries, and somehow it was determined that Northerns went through. That's for another podcast, I would say. Next player up was Nigel Bollington for Harvard, another player that needs no introduction. Just special. He's looking better with age. Comfortable in the tackle. Always go forward, creating for other people. Nigel Bollington. The next is Jonathan Taylor, another Caribs player. Just what a finisher. He gets the ball in open space and it is gone. Good night. But not only that, he's so good now actually working over the ball, and when he wins the penalty, instantly knows get up, tap and go, and with his pace the players can never get back, and usually he's through. Well done, Jonathan Taylor. The next one is a little bit, might be a surprise to people because he's not going to score tries out wide. It is Jamal Clark, another Caribs player, a serial winner. You know, they were down 4 tries to 1, and Caribs just never give up. They never look like they're gonna throw in the towel. They just kept on, and when he came on the field, he made things happen. Another player. I would always say one of our biggest problems with our national team selection for the Sevens is that we just have speedsters, but we need guys who could stay on their feet, comfortable in the tackle situation, could hold the ball up, takes it in the right areas, contact, and Jamal just does that. He keeps on playing in these Sevens tournaments and he keeps on winning. If he could just get him a little bit fitter, Jamal, the world is your oyster. And the last with the almost Flub 7 is Jareem George for Northerns. X Factor, and he's growing as a player. You're seeing him rallying the troops. He's not throwing his arms up anymore. He's not being difficult. He's not like sulking. He's just getting the job done. He's talking, he's communicating, he's encouraging, and he just creates. Unfortunately, Northerns weren't able to pull it at the end, and Defence Force just smothered too much. But every time Jareem gets the ball, it's potential for a breakout. So Jareem, well done, and actually you're looking a lot better in contact as well. No 50-50 passes, you're holding it together, you know when to offload and when not. So congratulations, Jareem George. So now we're on to the Flub 7 player of the tournament. And these are guys who just made the big difference for their squads. Some very surprise selections, but hey, it's my podcast and I had a lot of Jamal's Bears. So these are my top 7 players of the tournament. At 7, JJ for Northerns. Who, this under 19 player just came off a big tournament in Jamaica. How come? Dangerous player as well, underrated, big size, huge potential going forward, good in defense, created, confident, good line out option, good with kickoffs, did a lot right. Was he complete package? No, he gave away a yellow card in the final. But I love some of the things that JJ is starting to do. And again, in contact situations, knows what he's doing. So well done, JJ. The next player didn't even start for his team today because he has a little bit of an injury. But when he comes on, he is a force. He's dangerous offensively. You do not want to get tackled by the man. You do not want to get rocked by the man. He's good in kickoffs. He's good with his tackles, he communicates well, and his engine is huge. That is, of course, Shakir the Freitas for Defence Force. Congratulations, Shakir. I hope you heal up. I think that's how you play when you're injured is quite scary. Number 5 is Giddis for Caribs. You see this monster of a man, and he does so well for Caribs in 15s. But as a 7s player, he runs these beautiful support lines again. What do I keep on talking about? Staying on his feet, gets other people around, always secures possession. You know, there's some players who scored 6 tries today and didn't even make the side because they are turning over the ball in contact constantly. They're either allowing it to be poached or they do some silly try to pass that goes forward. This is a possession game, and I'm choosing players who are able to keep their side going forward, keep possession, and limit mistakes. And Giddis, another star-studded performance. You are really coming to come. Number 4, we're on to a surprise for some. You might not have even noticed him today, but I sure did. Latchman for Defence Force. Yes, who is this Latchman? Well, he's a scrum half. And I'll tell you what, great distribution, never made an error. His lineouts were great. Now, if I had to be critical of Defence Force, every lineout is to the 2-man, the scrum half coming across, pop down, pass out. And why the defensive third player wasn't just as soon as it goes up and the jumper catches it and looks to pop down, wasn't just going straight at Latchman to absolutely destroy him. I don't know. That's something that eventually some team is going to pick up. But Latchman, great performance. You're not the complete package yet. You do have some areas of your game to work on, but positive energy as well for his team, and you could be very proud. 3rd is another Defence Force player, Malik Frazier. Who is Malik? Who is that tall, winning all of his lineouts, causing problems defensively. His kickoffs were great. He stole a few kickoffs. Again, not a lot of errors. Comfortable in tackle, comfortable defense. A few errors with adjusting in his drift defense, but all in all, a good tournament and a huge reason why Defence Force won. Number 2 is on to, I might change it up at the last minute here because I think I've actually doubled up 1 or 2 names. I'm gonna give it to Isaac Small, Defence Force. Small guy, but danger, comfortable in attack, comfortable defense. He's a little bit of a lightning rod for Defence Force, and I think he is one of the reasons they won. If I have to be 100% honest, I think he is definitely one of the reasons he won, because when he gets the ball in space, he makes things happen. When he gets the ball going backwards, he makes things happen. And that's very similar because I have a little tie-up here, because it's actually maybe even Isaac might have come number 1. But number 1/2 is Dante Hazard. Dante Hazard, who technically might have been banned if some of the review committee saw it differently. I'm glad he's out there, and I hope he learns from the situation. He could still buy a few bears for one or two of the Caribs players, but that's another story. Dante Hazard, besides being very, very dangerous going forward, he's one of those players as well, similar to Jareem, where some players think you always have to be flat out going forward. Absolutely flat out. And a lot of times what he does is just he does these little either horizontal steps and sometimes even a pull back, which just throws the defender off that just little bit. And he makes things happen. He's aggressive. He knows when to pass. He knows when to attack. He could identify even from ruck situations where he could do pick and goes. He saw some chips when they were on, and incredible performance by these defense force players. So that's my top. I actually call out about 14 players, but I thought they were fantastic today. And I'm identifying guys I see as up-and-comers. Plenty other great performances. And actually somebody who I didn't mention, and I'm now realizing maybe I had a few bears, was Kareem Figaro, another player I needed to mention, who put away about 5 people for Royalians today. So Kareem, I know I made a mistake somewhere there, so I'm throwing in Kareem Figaro. Excellent work. Another player who stays up so well when he's in contact, but could also identify and put people away. Played prop for the national team. I don't think that's his best position in my opinion, but you saw what he could do today and you see what he does for his side. So congratulations to everyone. And the final thing I would give is the big up for the referee of the day. Referee of the day was Caleb Hector, who actually got the final as well. Did Caleb make every call I agreed with? No. But is he improving leaps and bounds and going forward? Definitely. So we want only good things for all these Trinidad players and refs and societies. So lots to improve for the fraternity, for our throwing of the tournaments, lots of improvement for some of the clubs, lots to improve for some of the players. But we have to reward the commitment, and we are definitely going in the right direction. So let's continue to push each other, push your club, and I hope your name pops up on the next list. Thanks for supporting. All the best in the future.